Everyone, it's BDevine from BDevine Online, Divine Miracles, everywhere on the interwebs. Thank you for joining here for the Akashic readings for March 2024. A few little things before we get started. Firstly, this is not predictions in any way. This is what my thoughts and feelings are from March onward. So it really does sometimes flow through from one month to another, or it's just across the board. These are things for you to remember. And I do this work in the Akashic records and are given what I am allowed to tell you. Sometimes that is difficult for me because I want to say something, but I'm not allowed to for whatever reason. All right. So the idea of these is to not bring in any fear whatsoever. This is to help us focus on things that will bring light onto the earth. And so that we can, if we do hear something perhaps that we're just a little bit concerned about or whatever, then we're able to ask our spiritual light team to move in and help to clear things out as well. We are working with all of the energy of the divine. And this is something that it's a very deep process. You can have your own Akashic readings for past lives. You can have a more in-depth reading where it's past lives and future, a little bit of the future for you as well. And I'm also going to be teaching this in semester 4 of my Light Leaders Academy. So all of these things you need to know if you're in the business of helping others or you just want to connect more deeply for yourself. So the way that I do things is to close my eyes and to tune in to the space that is the Akashic records, the way that I do it for me. It's not going to be the way everybody else does it. And it's not going to be something that I'm going to explain in 5 minutes because it's way bigger than that. And then I'm going to start talking. I don't need to have my eyes closed for the whole thing, but sometimes I will. Now, there's some interesting things that have already taken place. People who have been listening have known about the West Coast weather area. And yes, I know that many people have said things like this for a long time, but now we're seeing these things start to come into fruition. I'm going to ask today that there's a little bit of specifics for us as well. Not that the divine wants to limit us, but just so that we can see it when it comes through. The other thing is that I will also, there's actually going to be some interesting energy planetary wise and for the moons, etc. in March. So we have a new moon on March 10th, and we're moving into Aries season, Aries season. And so this is like the first sign of the zodiac. So we go into another new beginning. And also we have, so on the 10th, we have a new moon. And then on the 27th, maybe it's the 24th. Oh, sorry. There's a full moon eclipse as well, a lunar eclipse. And then we go into April. On April 8th, there's going to be just a full lunar eclipse. It's going to be massive at that time as well. So plenty of interesting things coming up. I also may lose my voice a little bit today because I've been dealing with a lot of smoke inhalation from burning a lot of leaves on our property. It's probably like 15 years worth of leaves that have just been leaves on top of leaves on top of leaves on top of leaves. And it has been an enormous area that we've covered. So I can just feel that little bit there. So I just wanted to let you know. What else? I may pull some cards as well when we get towards the end. But for now, once again, thanks for joining in. I hope that this is helpful to you. I don't know what's coming in because I haven't done this. I do this like this, live. All right. And then we'll just talk about it a little bit, okay? So remember, use your intuition, use your common sense in anything that you're doing, in all decisions that you're making, okay? Understand that nothing is set in stone, and by our vibration being so positive, we can make massive changes as well. There goes a confirmation for us while that's happening. So just listen with your heart, okay? and we'll see what's coming. Some things, when they are said, they are not given in a specific time frame either. So these will be developments over the year, but I am focusing for the most part on March, okay? All right, that being said, let me close my eyes. Okay, I'm going to say my short declaration. I'll say it out loud. As a sovereign being of light, I hereby call upon my spiritual light team, higher self, and source energy now. Cosmic beings of light, to connect me into the center of the earth and into the universe. I'm asking for a triple shield of protection to be placed around me now, and platinum light to be placed around this that stretches out through all directions of time and space, dismantling negative energy and creating positive transmutations and transformations. I'm asking for abundance for the entire globe, and a golden pyramid of light to be placed around me, drawing towards me that which is needed for my highest good. I'm calling in the Lords of Karma to bring forward information and truth and dispensation from any negative vibrations and enhancement of positive vibrations. Connected into the center of the earth and all universes, all directions of time and space, and through all layers of my entire being, bringing clarity, healing, focus, and upgrades. It is done, and so it is. All right, everybody, now I'm moving into the information for us, so bear with me. There's a vibration right now. Of course, the angels are here making my nose itch. There's a vibration right now of people having a very short attention span. There are a number of upgrades that are happening from the earth, from the sun, from the moon, from just the universe itself, that there is going to be in March an increase in people who are manifesting a lot of things into their life. March will be the time when you'll start seeing the fruition of your desires, but you cannot let yourself fall victim of negative or fear-based thinking. So an increase for everybody who's listening. I feel like there are technologies also. What I'm seeing is other types of technologies for the human body that are suddenly going to be becoming more, we're becoming more aware of it, or they are becoming more available. There will be an increase in people because March is connected with Aries. So there's a lot of forceful energy in March. I feel that there is something else about C19. Some kind of information about that virus is being made public. I don't think this is what you think it is what I'm being told. As far as news and information, certain things that you felt were never going to come to light, or things that have been kept from the public. This is another type of message of there will be an announcement here. Like, you need to know that there is nothing that is going to be able to be kept quiet. It's not just because of it's not just because of it being time or that someone said so. It also has to do with the energy and the structures surrounding the past, and that those structures have completely been destroyed. And it's not something that people are watching right now because many people are distracted by everything else. So there's a sensation that I'm getting, and this may stretch out over the next 3 to 4 months or so, of information being shared, which changes people's viewpoint on certain prominent people around the globe. If there has been any hint of foul play is a word I want to use, and also stealing from people or from the public, this is going to be addressed heavily. I feel like there'll be a lot more questioning or news conferences or even court cases in March related to high profile type of people. The and it will continually be that way because people are talking as well. I'm seeing a lot of things all at once, so I'm just trying to focus in. They also will be there is something sitting surrounding interest rates as well. And I feel like it may be something that gets even worse in March. However, I'm also seeing the flip side of that. So it's like everything has to get to some kind of point on this planet where people have had enough of how things are. I think that this has been going on for some time, and that we are reaching a very, very crucial point in time. Again, it has a lot to do with the planets, the eclipses. There's communications that are being shut down on purpose, but also some that are coming forward on purpose as well. So I think something to do with the stock market will just be like everyone's going to be in a panic. Again, we just put light on it. By doing this, we're creating things to be lessened, right? Which is what we want. But I think that is a blessing in disguise. And there's also this vibration of other countries communicating a little bit more and revealing things to each other, or I think we just saw some kind of Putin interview recently. So it's more that there's more investigations going on and asking harder questions rather than just brushing over the real questions that the public want to ask these leaders. And they get usually, when the public asks something difficult, in a sense, to these leaders, it doesn't get answered, or it gets pushed underneath the carpet. But I'm feeling that that's not the case. Like there's things that are going to slip. Now, if you remember, I spoke about this tugboat bringing in a plane or information or finding information on it. Now, I still feel that this has to do, even though there has been some sorts of discoveries and things, and it came up pretty much after I said it, I still see this tug or a deep sea fishing boat older. It's an older one. And I don't know if anybody knows anything about boats. I couldn't find this particular model anywhere on the internet, but what it has is, so you have the front of the boat, or the bow, I guess, right, of the boat, and it's kind of high in the front, okay, like high up off the water in the front, and it kind of looks like a cartoon where then you see the I don't know what the heck that thing's called right now. You know, where you stand in there and you steer the ship, you know, in that little lookout thing. I know there's a word for it and I can't think of it, so I'm not going to worry about it. And the windows, there's 2 windows in the front, okay? And the windows come down into a tier or even like eye shape like that. It comes down slightly in a curve so it curves down like this. So as you're looking out, you've got a split 2 windows, and it doesn't, they're not squares just sitting there. They have a tapering to the end of them. This kind of looks like a lobster, old lobster vessel, but my first thought was it was a tugboat. And but all I know is that it's old. It's not a brand new looking thing. Could be a deep sea fishing, lobster, whatever. But if anyone knows those window shapes, that's what I'm kind of talking about. So this is an old vessel, and it's important to us. So there you go. All right, let me just close my eyes again for a second. And the water that it's on is like murky. It is not clear. It looks like it's been, see, to me, deep sea, out in the deep ocean, it's very dark. And so this water looks murky, like I'm seeing it from the shore coming in. So it's been a windy, it looks like choppy, as we'd say in Australia, choppy waves. So, you know, there's a fair bit of wind. Anyway. We've already spoken a lot about the fires, the water changes on the West Coast, and all that water came in like mad, right? And there's things happening now in Texas, like there's massive fires, and I felt that that was going to happen again, those big fires. There's still something brewing in Canada. Now, on the yeah, people in Canada they don't really like Trudeau very much. So, I mean, some people do, I don't know. But it seems like something's going to happen where the people get involved in Canada and want to do something about it. There's definitely some kind of negotiations or sanctions or further, like the United States is trying to get tougher with Russia as well, but that's not going to work very well. I also feel like there's more information that's going to come out of Ukraine that will upset the Americans as well, especially people who've been supporting this whole thing. So there's a lot of surprising elements in March. Dublin. There may also be an issue in Dublin, in Ireland. I just heard a bang. There's something there that's being protested also in Dublin. Announcements about the royal family as well in the UK, as well as something about the Swedish royal family. I believe it's a princess. There's some kind of illness going on here. Some announcement from Swedish royal family too. I'm just sort of asking to look around the globe a little bit. There may also be as I've already said before, last year I was talking about another type of a virus coming forward. Now, it's nothing really other than people's immune systems and, people's mental health not being very good, sparking off, just like colds and flus, right? But in its own way for each person. So when something's viral, it's going to be something that is adapted by each person's individual body, right? So there is something that's been going around, I guess you could say. So it's vital that you're just keeping up with your positive thoughts, your meditations, you're calming your mind, you're calming your body, you're working with things that are supportive of a strong immune system. You're keeping your thoughts very, very pure. It's nothing to worry about, though. I just feel like there's a resurgence of something again too, an old problem that we already got rid of throughout the world. It's like something else comes back through again. So for the United States, there's still issues with this border. It may get a little bit, again, I felt this last month, that there's trouble escalating on the southern border. Also New York and Chicago, or like the big places, Newark in New Jersey. Florida again, going through it with some pretty crazy weather too. In fact, the East Coast, there's some pretty strange weather anomalies that are happening for you all. Trust your intuition. You're going to know what you need to do, where you need to be. As far as the Middle East goes, there seems to be things that are kept away from the public that are happening, meetings, different connections, different types of talks. I feel like I've seen this gentleman before. There's a gentleman with very, very heavy, thick black hair and a very heavy, thick black mustache with glasses. And I feel he has something to do with Jordan or Dubai. He's some kind of perhaps a spokesperson for the UN. And I can see him saying a lot and being more vocal, this person. It actually feels like oh gosh, someone from the 80s. Oh, let's see. There was this person. Let's see if I can look it up real quick. Yeah, it has something to do with, yeah, it has something to do with Gaddafi. This is who it's reminding me of. Sorry. That's from Libya, right? I don't know if it's someone in his family line or something is going to be said or brought up about this. Muammar Gaddafi, yeah. Something within his family is coming up, and I just had to see that face because I recognized it. Don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. I know it's going to be a little spooky. Okay, but I don't know whether it's his son or a family member of his, much heavier mustache. So something about that is coming. The world is going to be like, oh my God, uncertain because of the information. I don't see anything dangerous or anything for us immediately either. Those spy balloons that have been flying around, I feel like there's more. I also feel like there's such an awakening around. I mean, this is in positive news. There's such an awakening around the globe of people who are, like I said, about the short attention spans. There is a change in vibration for those of us who did not listen to all of the BS that's been going on since 2020. And we tried to rise above and we tried to stay really positive and we didn't give in to certain fear factory stuff. There's a real change in consensus from the people who we felt might not have been getting anything, or they might just be left behind. Those people are starting to work things out and really start to wake up to certain things. And also there's a realization amongst many people of massive changes that are happening in their personal life. And this is also happening in direct correlation with Pluto, and Saturn is around right at the moment, and just the moons, and everything has been more intense because as you're upgrading, you really feel things. So you have to also upgrade your protections, make sure that you're really doing this work closely and that you're looking after yourself. When you're trying to manifest things into your life, you can't sit there doubting and being hateful and then saying, oh, well, nothing manifests to me, same as your abilities and the work that you do. You can't say they're saying nothing's happening and then blame, the angels or the universe for not listening to you. So your mind, your thoughts, your words, the way that you're living day to day, your happiness levels, your positivity needs to be number one, that you're nurturing those things and that you're staying away from anyone or anything that is causing you upset in any way. You're never going to get that person to change anything listen to you or anything. So for March, it's also just it's just bringing to a head, I guess, some people that will not be intended to be following through for the rest of your life in any kind of way. So many people in March, I guess because it's eclipse season as well, they're going to be abrupt endings, right? Of just, it's gone. The trouble's gone. The issue's gone. And the same thing with the news. It's like we're all focused on something and then it's gone. And then we're focused on something and it's gone. And we're focused on something and it's gone. I don't want to watch the news at all, right? If I hear something on TikTok, I'm going past it. I don't care anymore. We're making our own reality. And once we learn that we're creative beings and we're actually far more powerful than we've ever known, we start harnessing on that. That's when the superpower starts taking over. That's when things go viral. That's when this word starts getting out there. And one thing, if you can't purchase anything or help me in any way, help me by sharing. Help me by sharing the videos. That's all you got to do, because everything's about to change. And you all are going to start to see a big shift here on this channel as well, with this finally getting out to where it needs to be. So March, up and down like this a little bit. Make sure that you're grounded, protected, connected, aligned, all of those things. Okay. I'm continually making videos, shorts, and videos all the time. I have been doing this since 2009, and I have been on YouTube since 2010. So I've been around for a long time now, online, etc. And I have just been, I was already a training provider for holistic medicine around the globe, worldwide. And now they've put me as a premium training provider. So I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I was completely, I mean, you can sort of upgrade, but you have to be approved. So it's like things are starting to finally just nestle their way in, and things are starting to also make a lot more sense. And a lot of you who have been coming forward for readings or, mandalas or healing practices, or even students are starting to also understand things. And it's asking you to sort of look at what's worth your time and what's worth your energy. What is it? To me, what's worth it is being able to manifest, teach, share, continue to share the truth, continue to share the knowledge, because you all have this within you. I talked about ancient places being, and, things that are still alive as we speak. And there's, again, that needs to be a deeper kind of a webinar or some kind of learning about that, because in order to grasp different timelines and different places, etc., that takes a little minute for some of you, right, to understand how that works more deeply, and to explain these different things. So if you're interested in any of the studies, any of the learning, go to my Teachable page, and it has a free thing, the Destiny Code Part 1 and 2, and there will be other free things that I'm adding here pretty soon. But get that knowledge behind you, because when I do offer this training for you to look at these different things and for you to travel to these places and for you to do this work, then you're going to know what it's all about. There's so many things we have yet to discover, and there's so many things that have been yet to be taught and to be given to you all. So just be aware of all that too. So the worldwide consensus is, as I said to you, it's like going like this in March. We get all this, and then we get this, and we get this, and we get this, and it's going to feel very fast as well. And you also may notice a lot of pressure on your face or on your joints and things like this. And this is directly coming from the sun, activating different aspects in your life and different changes in your life. So make sure that you're also being very wise. Like if you get a headache or something, don't automatically go and get ibuprofen or something like that. Work with natural things. Rub oils and lavender into your pressure points and things. Do a meditation on closing down your chakras. You might have left them open. If your crown chakra is working too hard, you'll get headaches. If your eyes are working too hard, you'll get headaches. So go to the balancing natural things first instead of jumping to pharmaceuticals. One day those things aren't going to be there. They're not. So you need to learn what is going to work for you. What sort of aromas are going to help switch off the signals or the pain receptors and alleviate things. You're going to learn about inflammation in the body and learn what that does to you. Learn about your hormones without jumping to all of these things. Learn what's happening to you in your past. Again, the healing consultation has been offered. It's out there on my website. If you want to learn more, you get a healing consultation with me for an hour phone call, and then I write for you a PDF that you can keep, a healing report for yourself. Some of them are up to 20 pages long. This is no joke. And this is be very comprehensive, showing you what needs to change and why something is there for you. So all the help is there. This is what I notice about humans is all the help is given to you, but then we're such a society of, not being able to make up our mind about anything. We'll go, yeah, but maybe there's something better that's easier where I can just get someone to touch me over the head and I'm all fixed. And that's just not what happens. That will give you a temporary fix, but you're still going to have to figure out why something was there in the first place. And then you can deal with yourself for the rest of your life and fix anything. So just remember these things are there too. Now, some cards. All right. Hang on a second. Chicago as well, like there's always some kind of issue in these major cities, but feels like some things are really coming to a head. People are getting very sick of everything. So you've got all different groups of people fighting about different things too. But it's up and then it's over. So something's happening and then it's gone. It's going to be very bizarre. All right, what things do we need to know? I'm just using the Shadowscape deck. I'm going to get 3 cards out for March. The first card is the 8 of Swords. Okay. So as dire as some things may seem in your life, I don't know if we can see this card pretty well. There we go. Yeah, as dire as some things may seem in your life, okay, this is an indication that even the smallest thing, even the smallest little ray of light is going to get you out of trouble, okay? It's going to get you out of it. So if you're entrapping yourself in a situation, in March, you're going to have to focus yourself on the positive in order to lift yourself out. If you start spiraling down, you're doing that to yourself. You are doing that to yourself. You are stopping or resisting the divine from helping you because you're intent on controlling the situation. Let go, okay, because it's only going to take a tiny little movement from you and things are going to change. Okay. And then you're going to find yourself in your happiness. Okay. Trying to show you about the window. Okay, you're going to find yourself in your happiness. So when I'm looking at this card, although I know what the Ten of Cups is, okay, it's happiness. But when I'm looking at this card, I'm feeling that there is a reconnection with something that was important to you. And it's coming more to the front of your life now. It's like there'll be opportunities for you to grasp this. Some of you are going to free yourself and move into a much happier relationship or connection here as well. And that moon on the 10th of March and then the full moon, right, is also going to bring us into a illumination or an awareness cycle. And then we have the 7 wands here. So animals may also start to act a little bit strange too. It feels like there's some tension building, but it's like it becomes not worth it. The fight is not worth it. The energy of all of this resistance that you might have had in your life is changing to more just, it's not even worth my time. It's not worth my energy. I'm not going to fight this anymore. So where something might have been very important to you in January 2024, where something may have been really important to you, it's going to become less important to you. Many people are also, I hope you can see the card. Many people are also finding themselves starting a project, communicating differently, awakening their divine essence inside, coming up with lots of different ideas. And some of you are coming to terms with the way that you've done things in the past, your patterns, your behaviors, your trigger points, and things that really got under your skin before. You're going to find there's not so much of a problem. There's something about that Sphinx as well. More information coming. We're going to be able to celebrate. So some of you are having your birthday in March. My husband is. It's his birthday. And it's a big birthday for him. So he got a really nice gift for his birthday / anniversary as well. But you will, I'm sort of getting an invitation here. And again, another way of looking at something for yourself in your life as well. A coming together of like-minded people. Wow. And lots of number sequences for March. The 444. People coming towards you in March. Drawing towards you, your tribe kind of thing. Maybe you're going to find your spiritual tribe as well. Connecting with people in different ways. It seems like there's a lot of progress in a very, very fast time, a very short amount of time. It's like just when you think everything's going to hell, right? And it's like all bad, bad, bad. All of a sudden, everything changes. Just flips over. A lot of people are going to be affected by the set energy of Saturn this year and perhaps in March. And that when we look at Saturn, we look at our structures and our patterns in our life. So if you're someone who is repeating a pattern in your life and you haven't learned the lessons or you haven't had the healing or you think that this is different, but it's the same pattern, or you think that the universe isn't noticing because you're so happy, or if you think that it's completely different than something that you've done before, then Saturn will challenge you greatly, okay? And Saturn works with eruption, so it works very, very forcefully. So for example, when you're 27, you have that dark night of the soul. Many people do. Lots of things happen at 27, and then 27-year increments. And also it works in 7-year increments, i.e. the 7-year itch and things like that. So people start having weird thoughts about things, or doing things, running away from things, or running into things and thinking to themselves, oh, this is fine, I'm fine, I've waited, I need this, or whatever it is, and it's just not. And if those structures that are in your life, a job, a relationship, a friendship, or whatever, if they're in your life and they're not real, or they're not meant to last the lifetime, or, you know, just not meant to last, it will go poof. And you're going to have to let it as well. So you may notice also upgrades to your hearing, your eyesight, your taste, smell. All of your senses are going to be challenged and upgraded as well. So just some strange things happening for us, right? We're just going to have to go with it and take our time. We're really going to have to spend March taking our time, writing down our thoughts and feelings, writing down or doing meditations, putting ourselves into a place where we're successful all of the time. You know, if, for example, you're training somebody, you want them to have success, right? Because then when they have success, then they tell everybody else. Same with business or learning or schoolwork or whatever it is, right? So you've got to set yourself up in your life for success with these particular ways of thinking and doing things. Is it aligned with my highest good? Because your highest good always knows. Is this a pattern I'm repeating? You know, because if you are, it's going to fall apart. It's going to fall apart no matter how tight you're holding onto it, right? Is this something that bears repeating in my life? Am I supposed to be looking at this again? Should I change my reactions to something? Am I going down and thinking about all this crap all of the time and then wondering why nothing good is happening around me? Am I jealous? Am I focused on someone else's career? Do I wish I was somebody else? What structures do you have and why do you have them? And if you need help with that, you know where I am, okay? You know where you can get all the help for all of these things. And that sort of thing is changing too, where people are waking up to who they are and who they were and how to merge the both of them together in a healthy balance as well. You don't have to get rid of everything that you were in the past, right, as well. So interesting. All right, I'm not going to hold you too much longer because I need to get back outside and let my animals go outside for a play, get some work done. So thank you very much for listening. I hope that this is really helpful to you. And we've got a few interesting things coming up so soon, right? Okay, it's getting windy outside. All right, I will see you all really, really soon. Okay, let me know if you like this video, and bye for now.